My name is Professor Sure UD, Harsu Technical Campus, MBA Department. Our topic name is International Finance Management, and the topic are given there priority condition in international finance. Last lecture we can discuss about the priority condition in international finance. There are two topics. First is the law of price. The law of price. Then second is exchange rate equivalent. And today we discuss about the third topic is that second is the exchange rate equivalent. What's the exchange rate equivalent? It's a balance approach. Means it's a balance for the rate of dependency. Then we understand about the rate of exchange equilibrium. It's a measurement. It's a measure of value of currency. Value of it's a value of currency determined by determined to another one currency to another currency. When you understand about the exchange rate equilibrium, they are value of currency determined one currency to another currency. They are measurement between the two, the differentiate between the value of currency and another currency. There are two hypotheses on the basis. Firstly is understand about the first hypothesis. First is when currency decline. Means what? It's a depreciate. It's a depreciate. And second hypothesis, when currency increase. When currency increases, that is appreciate, opposites. There are two hypotheses on the basis you can understand about the exchange rate equilibrium. First is when currency is decline, they are depreciate. Then second is when currency is increases, they are appreciate. Means what? जेव्हा तुमची करन्सी ही डिक्लाइन होत असते तेव्हा त्याची घसरण होत असते. म्हणजेच काय होतं? इट्स अ डिप्रिशिएट. डॉलरच्या मुकाबल्यात डॉलरच्या तुलनेत तुमचे इंडियन रुपी ते डिप्रिशिएट होत असते. त्यावेळेस करन्सी डिक्लाइन करते. आणि दुसरे जे थिअरी आहे ती व्हेन करन्सी इन्क्रीजेस, जेव्हा करन्सी तुमची इन्क्रीज होते त्यावेळेस ते काय करतात? ग्रो करतात. म्हणजेच काय? डॉलरच्या मुकाबल्यात आपली करन्सी हाय होते. याचा काही फायदेही होतात, काही तोटेही होतात. तसेच सांगायला गेलं तर एक्सचेंज रेट मध्ये तुम्हाला याचा समतोल राखायचा आहे. म्हणजेच काय करायचं आहे? बॅलन्स ठेवायचा आहे. म्हणून आपण एक्सचेंज रेट इक्विलिब्रियम असं याला म्हणतो. देन वी अंडरस्टँड अबाउट द फॅक्टर्स ऑफ एक्सचेंज रेट इक्विलिब्रियम. Some of the factors we understand about one by one. Firstly, you understand about the diagram and how to interconnect between the demand and supply. You understand about the firstly diagram. It's a value of rate and it's a quantity of rate. Then it's a equilibrium. It's a exchange rate equilibrium. It's a yes for supply. Supply of rate. And D for demand of rate. There are two hypotheses. We understand about the when currencies decline, it's a depreciate. And second hypothesis we understand about the when currency is increases, it's appreciate. So then we understand about the diagramly. Firstly is demand and supply, value of rate and quantity of rates. It's a middle path is a exchange rate equilibrium. Then when your supply will be increases, demand will be low. And when your demand will be increases, supply will be low. They are interdependent each and others. Then we understand about the factors. The first factor is it's an influence between the priority condition in international finance for the exchange rate equilibrium. It's a relatively high. High interest rate. Means what? It's relatively high interest rate. It's a always a high interest rate in the coordination between the exchange rate. Then we will its factor depending on the equilibrium. Then the second is actually expectation. What is the expectation? Expectation is the you can predict what the condition and hypothesis we are dependent to each and others. Then high inflation. When your GDP growth always high, then your inflation will be low. Then high inflation, how to factor for the exchange rate equilibrium? कसा फॅक्टर करतो तो हाय इन्फ्लेशन? कारण याच्यामध्ये तुमची कंट्रीची ग्रोथ, डेट, सिक्युरिटीज, स्टॉक या सर्व गोष्टी हाय इन्फ्लेशन मध्ये बघितल्या जातात. त्यानंतर तुमच्याकडे जे बाहेरचे कंट्रीजचे जे कंपनीज असतात ते ह्या चार फॅक्टरवर इथे इच्छुक आहेत की नाही हे ठरवले जातात. त्याच्यानंतर त्याचं एक आपण फॉर्म्युला बघणार आहोत. विचार दे. इट्स अ रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट is equal to nominal interest rate minus inflation rate. जेव्हा आपण रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट काढत असतो तेव्हा नॉमिनल म्हणजे जे साधारण आपला इंटरेस्ट असतो त्याच्यातून इन्फ्लेशन रेट हा मायनस होतो आणि त्यातून जे मिळतं आपल्याला ते मिळतं एक्सचेंज रेट इक्विलिब्रियम फॅक्टर मिळतो. त्यामुळे हा जो कॅल्क्युलेटचा फॉर्म्युला आहे हा इच ऑफ एव्हरी कंट्री मध्ये यूज केला जातो. त्यानंतर आपल्याला बघायचे आहे जे मेन फॅक्टर्स आहेत ते आपण एकामागे बघूया आणि कसा रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट आणि नॉमिनल इंटरेस्ट रेट मधून इन्फ्लेशन मायनस झाल्यानंतर कोणकोणत्या गोष्टी डिपेंडेंट करतात एकमेकांसाठी ते आपण बघणार आहोत. फर्स्ट आहे इन्फ्लेशन रेट. फर्स्ट इज इन्फ्लेशन रेट, सेकंड इज interest rate. Third, income level. Fourth, speculations. Fifth, government debt. And six, government control. It's also intervention. One by one we understand about the what factors are interconnected between the priority condition in international finance for the exchange rate equivalent. First is inflation rate. Inflation rate, for example, it's a demand of goods, financial assets. We understand about the 3-4 minutes. Firstly, inflation rate, demand for good and financial asset. They are factor for dependent and equivalent. Then second is interest rates. It's a short term and long term. This factor also dependent for the interest rate. It's a short term and long term interest rates. Then income level. Income level should be understand about the longer investment. It's a longer investment. Stocks, securities, market condition, etc. Income level, there are so much factor for the dependent, for the longer investment, stock, securities, market conditions and other things are included. Then the fourth is the speculation. Speculation is default. When your company was default, then the speculation factor also included in the exchange rate equilibrium. Then the government debt. Year by year debt conditions. The year by year condition of the debt. Then the government controls. Means what? It's a political intervention. Opposite parties are always controlled for the government, and there are so much. It's a barrier. Trade barrier, then forging bricks, and market bricks. It's a trade barriers, foreign risks, market risks are the government intervention between the exchange rate equivalent. So we understand about the all the theorems, hypothesis, and the factor. Next lecture we can discuss about the next topic. So thank you very much for the lecture. Finish.